Good morning, everybody. 9:54 a.m. Friday, July 11, 2025. TGIF, happy TGIF. And yesterday took us 5. Yeah, I consider it more than 4.5 these days, and it was a tough one. I'll go over that in a little bit. So I used wrote yesterday, my favorite word, so didn't do well with it, so I'm going to go back to audio. It has the 4 vowels. So let's get lots of green. Okay, we didn't, but we got the A and D are tan, so A is not in that first position, but it's in the puzzle. D is not in that third position in the puzzle. So let's use my ETAOIN SHRDLUC system. ETAOIN SHRDLUC SH. So ETAOIN SHRDLUC, my system. I'll write an description for you to memorize and get these in 3 or 4 regular like I do. The whole idea is after the third guess, you want to use all 13 of the first half of the alphabet, the most common. Not of the alphabet A through M, but the most common, which is ETAOIN SHRDLUC. So ETAOIN SHRDLUC SH. So now let's make a word with the A and the D, but not in those spots in 3 of these letters. So let's start with the E because it's the most common. Evade. Don't want to guess a V. Don't want to guess an E, a double E. Although we had a novel a couple days ago that did have a V. Okay. I don't see anything there. T. Trade. 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 So that uses these two, the AD and the R, which is pretty common, the next most common actually. So let's hold on to trade. We'll use that if we don't get anything better. N, N-A-D, N-A-T, N-A, okay, S-H-A-D-E, shade, there we go, there's the winner. S-H-A-D-E, S-H-A-D-E, so we're using these 2 letters, and we're using 3 of these 5 letters. So that's pretty good. We can't use the T and the N with it, but that's without using a computer to help you, that's about as good as you're going to get for data analytics. So see what we're doing? Oh, and we got the A in the right spot, the D not there. So now the D's either here, here, or here. After the second guess, let's review our vowels. A is in the puzzle, maybe another one. No E, no I, no O, no U. Wow, let's review that again. No E, no I, no O, no U. So that means that's huge, that's huge, that's huge. The only vowel left now is another A, or that's sometimes Y. So, could be that Y right here. You see that a lot, D-Y, L-Y, like tardy. In fact, tardy actually works, T-A-R-D-Y. So we might just use that. So hang on a second. Let's use my ETAOIN SHRDLUC system again before we get ahead of ourselves. ETAOIN SHRDLUC SHRDLUC. So now see we've got the next 5. See this ends what I said. The most common, all the most common letters in the English language, the first half. T, N, R, L, A, C. So now we go through the alphabet and the T is right here. T, R, A. Oh no, the D can't go here. Never mind. Doesn't work. Okay, I got a little excited there. Okay. So T. Okay. Now let's pretend there's an A here, another A, since we may have another A something. A-D-A something Y, Ada, no, okay, D-R-A-N-Y, D-R-A, not seeing anything, okay, C, could end in A, oh no, it can't, the A's there, well, could be another A, D, R, C-R-A, Grand, G-R-A-N-D, G-R-A-N-D, that's pretty good. See if I can find something with these letters though. We've got 2 of the letters. So G-R-A-N-D works, doesn't use the T-L or C. Oh, a grant, G-R-A-N-T like a, oh no, we got to use the D though. So grand it is. And that could be it. That would be sweet to get it in 3 again. Ah, Wordle, you're toying with me. Darn it. Okay, so at this point, let's just go through the alphabet. Well, let's use our ETAOIN SHRDLUC system one more time just to be consistent. E-T-A-O-I-N SHRDLUC S-H-R-D-L-C. So the next letters left T-L-C. T-R-A-N-D, nope. L-R-A-N-D, nope. C. All right, so that doesn't work. So now let's just go to the alphabet. A, B, brand. Okay, we'll hold on to brand. C, D, E, F, G. Hopefully it'll only be brand, and then you don't want choices, so hopefully it'll only be brand. GHIJKLMNOP, QQU, Quorand, RST, UVW, XYZ. And there you go. The system has worked again. It didn't do it in 3, but my system worked again by reverse engineering. By the 4th guess, you had one. Uno. El Uno. Is it El Uno or La Uno? Yeah, it's got to be El Uno, right? We had one guess left, brand. So by the 4th guess, we had eliminated. There are 9,000 5-letter words in the Scrabble dictionary, and by the 4th guess, we eliminated them all. Other than like really obscure words, but Wordle doesn't usually use them, as I've mentioned many times. So, let's make sure this is the right answer. Okay, so that's why the system works so well and gets you in 3 or 4 so many times. I wanted to get in 3, but I would have picked grand above brand anyway, because the G is a little more common than the B. A lot of words end in ing. So I wasn't going to get it in 3. We had 2 choices, but I would have picked grand anyway. So yesterday's Wordle I'll give away in 5, 4, 3, 2.5, 1, 1.5, 1, 1/2 was jumpy. Yeah, holy cow! Talk about tough. A J, that's a rare Scrabble word. The U, the rarest of the vowels, the 12th most common letter. M, P, and Y, all not in the ETAOIN SHRDLUC system. So for about 2 straight weeks, Wordle's been doing tough words, and now I know they're doing it on purpose. Because that's not a coincidence. They've had tough words for 2 straight weeks. Well, that's it. Have a nice weekend. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.